Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I want to talk about this type of design that I encountered at some point when I was browsing architectural book like randomly. This is a type of design by SHIGERU Ban. He's famous for design that's made of paper tube, or you can look at it, okay, it's like a cylinder, right? Or it's like a toilet paper, or like actually like a bamboo, okay? Yeah, this type of design. And I was thinking, okay, yeah, this is something that we can create procedurally, and it's quite interesting enough. It's because it's cylinder type. It's like the bamboo, and I'm especially I like the design that he uses for the furniture or this lounge, and yeah, this table even. I don't know. It's just it has certain appeal. Okay, this is Mr. SHIGERU Ban himself. And yeah, okay. Now I made it. It's something that I made just a few minutes using geometry nodes in Blender. So the idea is that we have this curve that we can change. If we go to edit mode, you can see this is, oops, this version of Blender just cannot show the wireframe properly. But if we go to draw for the Bezier, so we can just make a like a drawing. So I really like this type of design. It's like a hand, it has like certain handmade feel about it. And then okay, this curve goes inside the geometry nodes, and this is the object. So we can make this more procedural. So let me explain what's going on first. So I definitely using a cylinder, right? Cylinder can have different resolution. It's become something else completely. And also, let's see what else. I'm using Solidify, right? Solidify to control the thickness of the cylinder. So this cylinder can have radius, okay. So the radius is currently 0.6, remember that, 0.6. And we also have this resample curve based on the length. Length is 1.2, so this is double this radius. Alright, so then we instance the cylinder on the curve points, and then we randomly scale it. So this is random scaling. We're scaling the cylinder, but you can see that the cylinder is also nicely placed on the floor. So originally it is actually centered like this, but I translated 1. I translate 1 because the cylinder by default has the depth of 2. Okay, but we can control it. So there is a just a little bit, there's some like a simple concept of procedurality there. In fact, if we want to make it a little bit nicer, we can pipe the, for example, this is the radius 0.6, right? 0.6. We can use math a little bit. Just multiply this radius with 2, and then this goes into the length. So now whenever we change the radius of the paper tube, it will conform nicely for our curve. Okay, now you might notice also the cylinder. Normally cylinder have the top, bottom, things like that. But we can control the angle a little bit. I mean, we can control whether it has the top, side, or bottom. We can actually delete. We can delete the top or the bottom, you know, as we please. So we can have just something like this. We can have all kind of variations simply by using this top, side, bottom, deletion. So I have this delete geometry. You don't need to have this delete geometry, but it's totally up to you. If you want the design like a SHIGERU Ban, this paper tube has hollow. You can actually just you can turn this off, and you don't have fill on the cylinder. So I have this tube. Okay, top and bottom is hollow. So you can actually make like a lounge as well, but for now I just give it like a wall. If you want to make changes, just go to the Bezier curve, delete everything, go to top view maybe, and draw something funny, make some type of design, like a writing, could be like that, you know, like a high like a hidden writing that you can see from the top view. It's kind of nice design, and you can actually export this out and bring it into something like VRLAN. So if you go VRLAN, for example, if I export it out as GLB, you can have it like this, for example. Yeah, see, this is the design. You can just climb on it or something. Oh, this one is too tall and I cannot jump. Okay, so we might need to change the design, but yeah, you can play around. Instead of random, you can use the index, plug this into the z-axis. Okay, yeah, right. Maybe you can use mapping, map range based on the index number from the first and the last. You can control the size. Just an idea. I have a feeling maybe that, okay, the curve, this is the curve, right? You can just use like a spiral, for example, like this. So we have a spiral. You can control the start and end radius. The spiral have index from 0 to 1. You can control the size like so. It's kind of nice. Nice kind of design. It's really simple. That's why it's kind of interesting. If you, I think SHIGERU BAN has inspiration from nature itself, which is just like a bamboo forest, but it's just like a simplified minimalist version. I think this is also a type of design that's nice for the nature because it's paper roll. It's good for design. I mean, it probably gonna get some rain and stuff and start to grow some mold. I don't know, but it's the cardboard and paper roll design is beautiful. I don't know. Yeah, just an idea. You can think of some like minimalist design like this, or even like this wall. I'm doing this because I want to, you know, like make some kind of virtual exhibition. Yep. And we need some kind of wall, and this is one idea. So you can use Blender just to make some kind of procedural design. You can make your character avatar walking around this, and you can put your gallery on the wall. So that's the idea. Okay, all right, so if you want to make this a little bit nicer so you can switch between the spiral and your own curve, you can use switch. So switch between these two geometry, pipe out the switcher into the group input. So you have this switch. This goes into the curve. So you can have your own curve, and you can have this spiral procedural curve. And you can also, if you want, you can pipe the curve, Bezier curve outside, so you can have like multiple curve that you can just drag and drop. So this is the curve. This is the original curve. You can duplicate. You can go to the top view, go to edit mode, delete vertices, and start drawing your abstract like wavy type of design, you know, like designing the wall. And then go back to your, this is, let's call it paper to design. Send this to this guy. Remember, you still have control over the radius. Alright, so that's basically the idea. Hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.